So Brett Lee set to ball of this India.
Hopefully he can use the 2 slips that he's got in place.
He's using the 3rd man now, all the way off the edge. Left-hand, right-hand combination for this Indian team. Not sure to put too much of a line through the way they're lining up today, given that Sachin Tendulkar in recent times anyway has opened for India in one-day international cricket. Ganguly and Dravid tend to follow him. And that's quick into the pads. Big appeal, but a shake of the head.
It's genuine pace from Brett Lee, and it's just beaten Ramesh with pace there, and I think that might have been a pretty good decision. Could have been going down leg. Swung quite nicely.
These early overs absolutely vital. Got to get some boundaries. Get the score up around the 70 or 80 at least after the first 15 if you're going to give yourself any sort of a chance. It's a lovely shot from VVS Laxman. Just lent on the square drive.
In the air! Yes, up!
And good fielding too from Mike Hussey, but the running was good from the Indian team. In fact, I think there may have been a run short. Just checking the umpire ruse at the striker's end. He's just signalling away to the scorers. There it is. We may have seen a short run.
See the relay throw used there, and the batsman being like just in.
And that's out. Not too many problems with that one. Ramesh beaten more for pace than anything else. But careered into his pads, threw onto the stumps, and he's gone.
Yes, beaten for pace. Brett Lee is well into his stride here, and what's impressing me is he's getting this swing through the air back into the left-hander there, and it's just gone through his defence before he's known it. And it's a bit of bat, bit of pad, and onto the wickets, which is the most important thing.
So Ramesh gone for 1. A disastrous start to the Indian innings. But very, very impressive again from Brett Lee. That's just thumped into the pads. I think that was a pretty comfortable LBW decision, even if the ball didn't go back onto the stumps. And isn't he delighted? He knows how to celebrate, Brett Lee, and he's been doing plenty of it.
Well, James, it's a great opportunity for the young cricketers out there today to show their form. They've all had good summers. We've talked about their form. And it's a great opportunity to show their form against one of the world's leading teams in India. But I can't help to think that the real test is yet to come with the batting order that that India boasts.
Well, Rahul Dravid, the new batsman at the crease, and he probably of all the Indian top order batsmen has been struggling. He had an ordinary game up in Sydney, couldn't get any rhythm going at all. No runs for him really in Brisbane either. So for him, an hour or so spent out here would be invaluable.
Shane Lee, the captain, on the attack. He's brought another slip into place. There's 3 slips now. So Brett Lee bowling to just 2 men on the leg side.
From a spectating perspective, Tom, I'm sure most people at the ground here at Manuka would prefer them to be a little more proactive.
Well, absolutely. They're sort of caught, really, aren't they? They've got this test match coming up on Friday. It's important that Dravid and Laxman and all the batsmen really spend some good time at the wicket, but chasing 334, it's you're caught in two minds whether to have a real dart at that total or just to use the 50 overs as batting practice.
Off the pad there of Rail Dravid. He completed the one, and happy with that.
Come on, Hat, get him in there, mate.
Can't help but think with Rail Dravid, he's probably better going for the runs, because in the throes of doing that, he's going to free up enough to start getting some rhythm into his batting. He's had problems right from the start of this tour. A duck up in Brisbane in his first innings, and he hasn't got going as yet. And sometimes freeing your mind and swinging the bat is the best way to get some timing and some action back into your batting. That's out. Caught behind. VVS Laxman on his way.
Laxman chasing the wide delivery off Brett Lee. Seen that Lee's got this movement away from the right-hander. Just chased this wide delivery, and really his foot wasn't there, and that was his downfall. An easy catch for Haddon, and yet another breakthrough for Brett Lee and the Prime Minister's 11. Laxman gone for 3 off 13 deliveries. But with the loss of Laxman brings Tendulkar. So this is going to be a great opportunity for Brett Lee to bowl to arguably the world's best. It's a good batting wicket. Tendulkar would have seen that when he was in the field for those 50 overs. And he'll be looking forward to taking full advantage of this very, very good wicket.
Really is amazing. I can't remember since perhaps the retirement of Viv Richards, one batsman, Tom, coming to Australia and carrying so much weight with him. You know, you watch this Indian team bat and you know the other players are good and you're happy to watch them and all the rest of it, but it's really when this guy comes to the crease that you sort of, it just ignites. The whole ground knows he's out there. It sort of hushes a bit.
If you want to impress the selectors, this is the opportunity to do it. Bowling to arguably the best batsman in the world on a pretty good batting wicket. Really steam in, make him look uncomfortable.
No ball call from the umpire, and Tendulkar comes back for the second. Ian Harvey took most of the pace off it in the gully, but a good running then from Tendulkar. Andrew Simons is trying to do the tidying up.
And in an effort to hurry up Tendulkar, he's just overstepping. Really making the maximum physical effort. Brett Lee.
And once again beats him outside the off stump. Tendulkar a long way away from the pitch of the ball then, and all he could have really done was get out. In fact, a little lucky that didn't pick up the stumps on the way through.
Now this goes over middle. Short length off cutter at pace. Did Brad Haddon for pace as well.
And once again, that's out. That should be out. And Tendulkar walks. So Brett Lee in a golden patch here, picking up the outside edge from Sachin Tendulkar, always a prize wicket in any form of cricket, and Haddon doing the rest.
Well, he was putting the pressure on. I was saying what a great line he was bowling. Tendulkar was using all his defensive powers. He gets one that's short of a length and he really goes after it, but extra pace and bounce. And you can just hear that fine nick through our stump microphones. And Sachin Tendulkar doesn't wait for the umpire. Just a fine nick there. Nice loud one though. And Brett Lee, look at that. He is absolutely celebrating. That's a key wicket for him, and what a great opening spell. 3 wickets for the young man. One of the criticisms of his bowling is the lack of wickets with the new ball. Just hasn't been doing it for a number of games, but here he's got 3 in a hurry. And everyone's happy. Look at Brad Hatton, he's jumping around. And what a contrast in innings so far. Tendulkar, let's just watch him. Just give a bit of a nod to the bowler, well bowled. Yeah, well bowled, young man, he says. But I'll get them next week at Adelaide.